to do a little bit of tweeting.
Yeah, I'm about to probably retweet what you're tweeting.
Great. Let me get the URL. Make sure we're live. Okay, great. And we're live. And someone said hello. Someone named Kevin S. Hello, Kevin, in the chat. Hi, we're live. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Hi, my name is PJ Scott Blankenship. If you don't know now, you know your life is different now. I am the writer and director and creator of Hit the Bricks, and I also play Wallace. And tonight is the first time that we've ever tried doing like a live table read. And so the idea of this is that we were going to get some of our cast members to reenact a scene from the original novel, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And you guys voted on who to play. Now, in case you missed it on Twitter earlier, there is a little bit of an update. One of our cast members, Kaylee Hamilton Morera, who plays Lurleen in the show and was supposed to play the Tin Woodman tonight, she got ill the last minute, so a friend of ours has stepped in. Everyone please say hi to Josh Rubino. Hi, yay! Josh will be filling in for her tonight. So everyone welcome. Thank you again, Josh, for hopping in on such short notice.
Happy to help. Happy to be here.
We also have the star of our show, Michelle Agresti, who plays Jessie usually, but tonight she'll be playing the Cowardly Lion.
Hi, everybody. I'm about to Instagram us.
Okay. We also have Jordan Higgs, who made his debut in Hit the Bricks today. Episode 4 is out now as Jacoby Smith Tinker. Hit the Bricks hitthebricks.com/episode 4 is where you can download it if you haven't already. Welcome. Tonight, Jordan will be playing the Scarecrow, as you guys insisted with your votes. I'm really excited. This is kind of an extension of the concerts that we've been doing. I felt that YouTube was probably more accessible, especially on the weekend. And so if this is fun, if people like it, if it's successful, we might do something like this in the future. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my copy of the script. And everyone else let me know when y'all are ready. I'll probably be a little behind. Oh, that's another thing. There's a huge lag between what we're doing in real time and what shows up on your end. So we'll try to field questions and stuff, but just be aware that there's like a 2 or 3 minute lag. It's horrendous. All right, I've got my script up.
Wahoo!
Okay, everyone's good. All right. I wasn't looking earlier, so if you guys have been thumbsing up for a while.
I'm good. I'm ready.
I've been ready to go.
Okay.
Can we note how PJ and I dressed up for this?
Yeah, I wore blue gingham, and Michelle wore little
ears.
Yeah. Fun bit of trivia for anybody that cares. Our animal characters in the show, like their concept art, if there's a flower or some type of plant that shares the name with that animal, that flower or plant is integrated into their design. So the Cowardly Lion looks like a dandelion, Hungry Tiger looks like a tiger lily, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Did Michelle freeze for anybody else, or is it just me?
It's not just you.
Oh no. Michelle, come back. You can't start without you. This chapter is named after your character. just gonna tell her that she's frozen. She might not know. Hey, you're frozen. This is the height of professionalism, everyone. But, live entertainment, you gotta love it, right?
Honestly, you'd rather get the technical difficulties out earlier. You don't want it to happen in the middle. This is the ideal time.
Sure.
If it has to happen,
so Michelle left. I think she's restarting.
Okay.
Ooh. Turn down Josh's microphone a little bit more because that bass is coming in strong.
I'm sorry.
Ambiance.
You sound great. I'm not worried about you getting picked up on the mic at all.
I've got my mic, and I've been trying to keep it tuned as much to me and less to my neighbors as much as possible, but...
You're doing a great job. You're perfect. You're an angel. Don't worry about it. Oh no, Michelle, where are you? And now an empty void. Some of these chats are pretty funny. Rest in pieces, Kitty Ear Michelle. ISP be throttling. That is true. Oh no, Michelle's internet just went out for the whole house.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're cursed. This is a cursed stream. Cursed stream.
Oh.
Well, I have two ideas.
Mhm.
The first idea is that we stall and see if it gets better. The second idea is to just go ahead and start the scene because the Cowardly Lion doesn't show up for a little bit and see if Michelle comes in time to get her cue.
You're just gesturing metaphysically off stage, like.
And the Cowardly Lion.
Enter, pursued by lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out for her whole complex.
Oh my god, Murphy's Law is really taking a bat to this stream today.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, it's not great. My internet went out 2 days ago, so I feel Michelle's pain. But, not on this particular day. Okay, well, she says she just has to unplug and replug, so maybe
The chat has requested we stall for a little. At least for a little.
Okay, which the Westcotter. Hey, I don't know, chat, do you have any questions or anything? I mean, I'll actually ask in chat because by the time they get it. And I'm going to go ahead and link in podcast problems.
Oh, there we go.
For the show, Josh is here. All caps.
Now you want people to come, right? Don't tell them I'm here.
Well, it's too late. They know. There are 8 people watching The Void. What made you have the cast that you have now? Asks Iron Horse from our chat. Nothing made me want to have the cast that we have. Like, I didn't like wake up in the middle of the night and go, "Oh, these exact people have to be it." Our cast is like made up of like half people that I knew from other places that I wanted to be in the show, and half people that auditioned. So, I mean, there have been plenty of times when someone auditioned for the show and they got the part, and because I'm relatively new in the audio drama world, I had no idea who they were or if they had any kind of clout or anything like that. And then there are other cases where, like, I've known someone for a long time and I think that they would be suited for the character. And other times, like, I'll be listening to a show and I hear a voice and I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I heard Michelle in The Far Meridian. It was like the first audio drama I'd ever listened to, and I heard her and I was like, yep. Kaylee is an old friend of mine from my radio college DJ days. She also lives in Brooklyn. She's a DJ at WFMU, and she was the youngest DJ like ever at one point.
Hi!
Oh,
Hi,
good.
back. Hello.
Yay!
Sorry about that, everybody. That happens like once every 2 weeks in my apartment. I don't know why our router just goes out. I have to unplug it and plug it back in again.
That's okay.
Can't
I was
tell you
fielding
what.
some questions and stalling for time.
Great. Okay, I'm back.
And just to wrap up, on that note real quick. And I cast Jordan because I heard him in Tides and I liked his energy. And I got his contact information from Julie Shafini, and I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. Do you want to check it out?" And here we are. It was over a year until he finally got to record, but it happened.
It was perfect. That's my kind of energy. Is I was just like, please, only if people slide in my DMs. That's my method. Please slide in my DMs and ask me to audition, and I'll do it. Otherwise, by
Don't do
request
that.
only.
Don't do that, people. Don't bother people. Don't be me. Don't do what I did. It's so rude. Okay, well, since we're all here and we all have our stuff, we should do the thing.
Yes.
Okay. The script is called The Cowardly Lion, and I'll do the narration too because I wrote it. Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and Toto are wandering through the forest. Their steps on the pavement are uneven. You hear the sound of branches rustling in the trees. A low call is heard echoing as birds ruffle their feathers. Dorothy stops as the other two go on a bit. How long will it be until we're out of the woods?
I couldn't say. I've never been to the Emerald City or the Far West, for that matter. My father went before he died, and he said the journey was a long one, through some difficult terrain.
Well, because his road goes into the woods, I'm sure it must come out, and because the Emerald City is at the other end of the road, we have to go through the forest regardless.
Oh, of course. Anyone would know that.
Exactly. If it required a brain to know that, I wouldn't have said it.
There's a low growl behind the trees. Michelle, do you want to venture a low growl for us? Script here says that Toto whimpers uncomfortably. I know, Toto. It makes me uneasy, too.
I'm not afraid. I have my axe, and nothing can harm my tin body. The Scarecrow is full of straw, and he can't feel anything either. And as for you, you've got the kiss of the Good Witch to protect you.
But what about Toto? What'll protect him? There's another growl. But this time it transitions into a fierce roar. A great lion bounds onto the road in front of them. We hear the Scarecrow and Tin Woodman fluff and clang about as they're knocked in the air, and Toto begins barking to ward off the lion. Bark, 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 bark. In preparation to attack Toto, the lion roars, but Dorothy has other plans. Okay. Don't you dare hurt Toto! You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a big beast like you, to bite a poor little dog.
I didn't bite him.
No, but you tried to. You're nothing but a big old coward.
I know it. I've always known it. But how can I help it?
I don't know, but I'm sure knocking over stuffed men isn't the answer. Oh, careful, Scarecrow.
Thank you, Dorothy. My shirt was caught in the branches.
Scarecrow? Is he stuffed? No wonder he went over so easily. Is the other man stuffed too?
No, he's made of tin. Oh, here, let me help you up.
Oh, thank you. My joints are locked up from fear.
No wonder he nearly blunted my claws. What is that little animal you are so tender of?
That's Toto, my dog.
Is he made of straw or tin?
Neither. He's a meat dog.
Now that I look at him, he seems so remarkably small. No one would think of biting such a little thing except a coward like me.
Oh, what makes you such a coward?
It's a mystery. I suppose I was born this way. All the other animals in the forest naturally expect me to be brave because the lion is thought to be the king of beasts.
Well, naturally.
Well, it's not natural to me. I am sorry about that. The lion, Cowardly Lion's very popular.
So popular. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait, did we?
We lost her.
Oh, no.
One text took down the internet.
Texting and acting. Don't do it, people. Not even once.
Oh,
Oh dear.
you know what was really funny was when right before she did her roar, my cat was trying to get in, and then she roared, and my cat just bolted down the hallway. I could hear her.
Okay, well, desperate times, bring your cat in. We gotta
Yep.
do that. Okay, well.
Back.
Do not ask me why. My internet decides to stop working as soon as the live stream starts. Literally, remember you went live and it stopped working? It's still not working. I'm using the hotspot on my phone, actually. This
No.
Yeah.
We'll try to make
Okay.
it quick.
Let's go. I'm gonna start at, well, it's not natural to me.
That's where we left off. So
I am
that's
sorry, everyone. I don't know why. Anyway, okay. Well, it's not natural to me. But I learned if I roared very loudly, every living thing was frightened and got out of my way. If the elephants and the tigers and the bears had ever tried to fight me, I should have run myself. I'm such a coward. But just as soon as they hear me roar, they all try to get away from me, and of course I let them go.
Oh, but that isn't right. A king shouldn't be a coward.
I know it. It's my greatest sorrow and makes my life very unhappy. But I don't want to be a king or a ruler. I didn't ask for it.
well, then you should at least have the courage to say so.
Whenever I think of it, my heart starts beating like I'm in terrible danger and I feel ill.
Well, perhaps you have heart disease.
Maybe! If I didn't have a heart, I wouldn't be such a coward.
Bite your tongue. You should think yourself lucky that you have a heart.
Perhaps you don't know any better. Do you have any brains?
I suppose I do. I've never looked to see.
Well, I'm going to go see Oz the Great and Terrible to ask for some brains. My head is as stuffed with straw as my body.
I'm going to ask him to give me a heart.
And I'm going to ask him to send Toto and me back to Kansas. You should come with us.
You think the wizard could give me some courage?
If he can grant our wishes, I'm sure he could grant yours.
You shouldn't be here anyway, Lion. Lions aren't supposed to live in forests. They're supposed to live in great open plains called savannas. It's awful to be trapped where you don't belong.
Are you sure you wouldn't mind? Because my life is simply unbearable without a bit of courage.
Of course not. You'll keep away the other animals.
It seems to me they must be more cowardly than you are if they allow you to scare them so easily.
Oh, they definitely are. But that doesn't make me any braver. As long as I know that I'm a coward, I'll stay unhappy.
Well, then it's settled. Lion's joining our party. Agreed?
Aye.
I think it's the Scarecrow's line after that.
Oh, what's wrong, friend?
Oh, dear. He has reservations.
Oh, his mouth is rusted again.
Here, hand me the oil can from your basket.
There's a pop and a guzzle as the oil loosens the Tin Woodman's jaw.
Oh, thank you.
What happened?
Well, as you were speaking, I stepped on a beetle and crushed it flat.
Is that all?
I'm sure it was an accident.
Easy for you to say. You people with hearts have something to guide you and need never do wrong. But I have no heart, and so I must be very careful. Here we were chastising the lion, and I kill an innocent creature without thinking.
Oh!
Scarecrow, what happened now?
I saw a hole in the road, so I stepped in it and fell.
Why didn't you walk around the hole?
Well, because that seems like something someone with a brain would do.
No! My goodness! You lot seem no better off than me.
Oh, see, Lion? You fit right in.
What about you, little friend? Do you forgive me, Toto?
Bark, 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 bark.
Then I'll join you. Let's keep going. It's getting dark, and there's a clearing just ahead where we can camp.
Wonderful!
And there's a smaller growl.
What was that? Another animal?
No, I'm afraid it was me. We're out of food and my stomach is very empty.
I can look for an animal to hunt for you, and since I know you people are so particular about raw meat, you can cook it over a fire and do some.
No, stop. Please don't, I beg you. I can't stand the thought of you killing another innocent creature. My jaw would never become unsuited.
Oh, very well. But the girl will need to eat before she starves. Here's the clearing.
Oh, it's lovely. And there's a brook for fresh water. I'm going to build a fire over here.
I'm going to go look for more food for Dorothy. Far away from here.
Well, don't get lost.
I'll accompany you. It'll give me the chance to hunt for my own food away from judging eyes.
I heard that.
Could you strike this rock with your axe, please? I need a spark from the flint.
All right, stand back.
And there's a clang as the fire comes to life. Perfect, thank you.
Where did you learn how to build a fire?
Aunt and Uncle Henry taught me all sorts of things.
Oh, you must miss them terribly.
More than I can say. But I'm sure it won't be long now. We'll find the wizard and get what's a-coming to us.
Oh, hello, Toto. What's in your mouth? Oh, how dreadful! It's the bug I stepped on. He must have got it stuck in his fur.
Oh no, it can't be.
Yes. Oh, it's the same shade of red and the same flat shape and...
It's a leaf. You stepped on a leaf.
Oh, what a relief.
I understand not wanting to hurt anybody, but you seemed so upset. I don't understand how you can cry without a heart.
Well, I think it's a nervous reflex. I don't want to be unfeeling. I remember what it's like to be careful, and to love, and to be gentle. Every time I act a little more heartless, I worry that I'm a step closer to forgetting those feelings altogether, and that frustrates me. My body must still remember how to act, because I can't help but cry.
It won't be like this forever. The wizard will fix everything, I'm sure of it.
Dorothy! Guess what?
Careful, don't get too close to the fire.
Lion and I found a bunch of nuts and berries, see?
That's not a great yield.
That's why I came back. I needed the basket. My hands can't really pick up small things because my fingers are all flat.
And I don't have thumbs.
Well, thank you. I feel less empty already. And that's the end of the scene, everybody. Good job. Good job. Yay.
Woo.
Woo!
That was an adaptation of the scene from the book. I just want to say that the line, Toto, he's a meat dog, came from L. Frank Baum 100 years ago, verbatim. That's in the book. I didn't write it. You're welcome. So yeah, thank you to everybody who came and watched our little show. And thanks, of course, to the actors. If this was fun, if this was some sort of success, we'll do more stuff like this. Maybe not exactly like this, but more live stream stuff in the future. If anybody has to bow out now, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to take a look and see if there are any questions in the chat, though.
Where's this music coming from, guys?
It's the sound of the forest, of course.
It's the rhythm of the concrete jungle. Found our new MGM mascot. I think they're talking about Toto. This is my favorite stream. Everybody is so cute. We did it. Everyone thinks we're cute.
Despite quarantine, which is really an achievement.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, just again, in case you guys didn't know or you missed it, episode 4 is out right now. It came out this morning. Go to hitthebricks.com/episode 4 to listen to it. You can read along with the script. You can download various pieces of music that are in it. This episode was Chad's favorite one. I haven't listened to it completely yet because I'm tired of going over edits. But what I heard of it sounded really great. So yeah, it should be good. And it's Jordan's first episode, and it's also Morgan Givens is in this episode playing Mr. Tinker. A.R. Olivieri is in this episode. Jordan Cobb is in this episode, finally, as Dorothy. Who else? Emma Sherz-Yarko is in this episode. Yeah, very, very exciting. So that'll be good. Why this scene specifically? Because we have 4 main characters, and that scene is the first time that the 4 of the first book get together. And it's fun, and why not?
His meat dog in it.
And meat dog in it. Alfred Baum loved calling things meat things. It's not an isolated incident, so there are more meat scenes to adapt if that's the will of the people. Curious how you came up with our 4 leads. I didn't. We have 4 lead actors, and I asked you guys to vote for who should play who. And unfortunately, Kaylee is ill, so she didn't get to join us tonight. But Josh was online, and I asked him if he would hop on. Does anybody have any projects that they want to plug? I know that some shows are starting second seasons or in the middle of them, or some other shows just hit their hiatuses. There's lots of things that we could, plug away at if you guys were so inclined.
Well, I got a bunch of stuff to plug. If
Yeah, go for it.
Well, Valence is on its hiatus right now, but they'll be back soon, and we've got a bunch of episodes out of that one. That one is sort of fantasy, a modern fantasy story, and it is one of the few shows I'm in where I'm playing a good guy, which is fun for me. And also check out Caravan, which finished its first season last year, but still great. And also Windfall, which also finished its first season last year, but is also great. Yeah, those are my main plugs right now.
I have a plug.
Do it.
Arden is releasing its second season soon. We were able to record around half of it pre-quarantine, and we should all hear that pretty soon.
It's very exciting.
That's my part.
I'll do my usual plugs, which are everything's on hiatus right now. But if you want more of me for whatever reason, you can listen to In Greater Boston, which is made by some friends of mine who I've known actually since I was like 16, technically. You can listen to What's the Frequency, and you can also listen to Tides, which, as PJ said earlier, is where PJ heard me and is what is responsible for me being in this show at all. So yeah.
Also, Hit the Bricks has one more episode before it hits its hiatus. It doesn't feel like we've gotten a lot done, but the episodes are like an hour long each, so there will be a lot of content to marathon if you haven't started already. And during our hiatus, we're also going to premiere our sister series, Phantom Wise, which is a much shorter little micro series, like 2 or 3 minute episodes about Alice in Wonderland, starring Beth Eyre and Beth Crane. And we'll have more about that in a couple weeks, actually. So that's also very exciting. I'm going to check the chat real quick for more questions if we got them. Sorry, in the show? They're asking about the leads in the show. It was just, they just happened. They just appeared, and I asked the people to play them because I'd heard them elsewhere. They fit archetypes that are a lot of fun. Wallace is supposed to kind of be the male equivalent of Dorothy, and Jessie is supposed to be the antithesis of that. She's supposed to be like a modern character who's not like, who doesn't fit in well with the fantasy world, but tries. Jacoby is kind of my stab at creating a character who is unrelenting optimism in the face of total despair. And also, he's supposed to be an antithetical answer to Barrett from Final Fantasy VII, because I was kind of tired of seeing like the angry black Mr. T archetype who has like a mechanical limb and is angry and hates everyone. So I wanted to see like a person of color who was like happy.
Now I deeply want to do like the Barrett read of Jacoby, though.
No, there are children listening to the stream. Don't do it.
Hold on to that anger, Dorothy.
Yeah, and Lurleen has been around since like 2004, and she's very much like early 2000s Hot Topic, grunge, goth, anger. Yeah, favorite character. Does anybody want to round up with like what their favorite experiences with the show, or favorite character, or favorite line, favorite good thing about Hit the Bricks before we leave? Other than the stream. Can't say the stream.
I can't say the stream? Really
I
enjoyed
know
the
that your
stream.
experience is limited, Jordan, so you could say the stream if you want.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my script. That's obviously the move here.
I have some favorite things. One of my favorite moments though was that first recording session that Michelle and I had for the pilot. There was something very special about that night because it was kind of late and we had the whole studio to ourselves, and it was like a legitimate studio, and we were there after hours, and it kind of felt like we were somewhere we shouldn't be, and it was kind of, I don't know, it was nice though.
It was really cool. I was going to say that too. I was also going to say that night.
I miss that studio a lot.
Yeah, the studio was so nice. And I love seeing people in person. Even though I was going to say another one of my favorite things is like having spent late nights like recording at Chad's. So I record with our sound designer, Chad. And it's like, I'm friends with Chad and we're at his apartment and I'm in the closet and like Chad's outside of the closet and PJ's on the phone. It's just kind of a fun little group activity for us all to be like doing. And it's also like very like DIY. Like we're always like, Chad's always like, wait, someone turn the shower on. And it's just like fun for the
Chad lives with an army of people in a house over by LAX. Just a bunch of other content creators who love the dream.
The airport.
But I think it sounds as good as the multi-million-dollar studio that we used to work.
Yeah, well, Chad is the sound designer, so it's also fun to work with Chad because, like, one, we're friends and I like Chad, and he's the sound designer, so it's like we're doing a lot of like the effort noises and all like the action scenes with like Chad outside of the closet, like me in the closet. It's just it's fun.
Yeah, doing that with Kaylee, because Kaylee records at Multitude in New York, so being able to be on the phone with Brandon and hear like my old friends at Multitude, like Amanda and Eric, like in the background, and getting to work with them was great. Getting to work with Lauren at Misha's was great. Glinda did all of her lines for the entire show in like 2 hours, and that was so much fun. I don't know. I think casting was a lot of fun too, because it was just kind of like people kind of materialized out of the ether to take the parts that they're supposed to have. And I'm really excited for everyone who's in the show and who hasn't been heard yet, as well as people who have, obviously. Shameless bid for secrets. Favorite spoiler, we're only one episode away from being completely caught up. So they don't got nothing. Michelle, but that's not the point. I keep my actors on a really short leash, actually, when it comes to spoilers. Everybody except for the core cast members that got their versions of the scripts got the witch scenes edited out of them so that none of that could have been spoiled. And I will continue doing stuff like that because you guys talk. Not you, but the audio community talks.
Like,
it's just me throwing like bottles out to ocean with spoilers in them.
Like anybody cares. Like anybody cares at all. But I'm just
also, like, you've given me all the witch scenes and I'm still like
I trust you. But yeah, there's still like, where's this going, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good. The next episode I think is my favorite, but we haven't edited yet, so I don't know. Wallace has a song in the next episode, which I'm really nervous about.
Oh yeah, I loved the song. That was a big deal.
Singing is a huge deal.
Yeah.
I love Jordan's song. It sounds like Danny Elfman singing.
I'll never hear it. I'll never know what it sounds like.
It's so good.
I decided that I learned at some point that Adam Driver never watches any of his performances, and I was just like, that's me now. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to know. So I was just like, just put it in this box, and it's gone forever. I hope it's all right.
I love listening to myself. I could do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
Chad's in the chat room. Chad's working on episode 5 right now. Everybody's recorded. Who's in the next episode that I can tease? Not a lot of people are in the next episode. It's much more intimate. Bridge Geen is in it, and she might be making her audio drama debut. She's one of the people that does the sound over at Arden. Layla Khatib from Victoriosity is in the next episode. That's about it. I mean, Mitchell Mayle is in the next episode, but he's a newcomer. You wouldn't know him, but he's great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, Jordan and Anthony are back, but that's... Yeah, so I guess that we should probably wrap it up then, because I think that we've...
I will say, if we're talking about favorite moments, no spoilers, but my favorite moment is in the next episode because I get to say a lot of very long, like paragraph-long sequences of lines, which has become like my favorite thing to do. Which I learned, I think it's in Greater Boston. They started writing me these long monologues where I sound like Abed from Community, where I'm just like, and it's like a long paragraph, and I've got a few of those in the next episode, so I guess that's a light tease. You're going to hear me say a lot of words in a short period of time in episode 5, and there are probably a lot of outtakes from those that will never see the light of day.
Jordan's a potty mouth, and his outtakes are the funniest thing. We try to market ourselves pretty cleanly, so I don't know if those will be released to everybody. But I might make a cut just for myself.
Hit the bricks after dark. You just bleep it out. Would it even be possible? It would just be like
it would just be a beep. I would record one long beep for 5 minutes, and that would be it. It would be the same thing. Well, we're going to wrap it up here then. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming, for listening, for having a good time. This is going to be archived as soon as it's done. So if you missed it live, it's going out. You can share it. Michelle's mom subscribed like 2 hours ago to our YouTube channel. Michelle texted me like, what's the link? Right, where do I go? And your mom had already subscribed. So I was like, Michelle's mom is on it more than Michelle is, which is not that surprising.
I texted PJ being like, I haven't heard anything. Like, where is it?
I'm working on it. Your mom knew. Your mom knew.
How'd she find out?
I don't know. She finds us everywhere before we
all
post
day.
anything.
I've been like refreshing my email, being like, did I miss something?
Michelle, you got the part, and your mom had followed us on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr before we had even announced anything.
She's very internet.
I love your mom. She's like our biggest supporter. So yeah, that's that. Thank you guys so much. We'll probably do something like this again in the future, maybe with a rotating cast. Maybe it'll be a Q&A. Maybe we'll talk to other audio drama people about their shows. Stay safe. Please only listen to medical professionals right now. Keep your elder family members off of the internet. Thanks.
Yes.
Goodbye.